Welcome back, everybody, to BODS. Today is day 22. I invite you to take a deep breath, ground yourself right where you are. Let's get very comfortable as we step back into this work, allowing our minds to focus, relax, and let whatever needs to come through here this morning or this afternoon or this evening, whenever you're watching this, to do its best work through and as you. Okay, so here we go. Let's get going. So yesterday, your word, it says today, but it was yesterday. Your word, something said, ordered, or commanded. So I hope you spent some time yesterday looking at the power of your word. If your word means something, what does your word mean? When you say you're going to do something, do you do it? When you say you're going to maintain something, do you maintain it? When you say something means something to you, it's important to you, can you prove it by putting your word in play when it comes down to whatever that is that you say is so important? So these are important, I'm saying important a lot. These are important aspects of our personality, of our life, to really take into consideration. How serious am I when I say something? How quickly do I fall back into old patterns or to old addictions or to old thought patterns, right? So that's one thing. And then I asked you to specifically look at the word no. And that was no, N-O, and no, K-N-O-W. What do you know, K-N-O-W? And what are you willing to say no to? What do you need to say no to? My no yesterday was to dairy in terms of a food. What food do I want to say no to? But there were other things I said no to as well. And there were things that people wrote about and talked about. Saying no to playing small, saying no to procrastination, saying no to fear and doubt and worry, saying no to anything that stops me from being on my word and doing exactly what I say I'm going to do. So how'd that go yesterday? Are you clear on what you need to say no to? And are you clear on what you know about yourself? So I asked you, what can you eliminate from your life that will make a difference? What can you eliminate from your life that will make a difference? I love this picture. It's like somebody eliminated their whole house because they were like, that's it, I'm done with all this. What clutter can you eliminate? And that's a good question. The clutter, not just the clutter of your house or your closets, or but the clutter of your mind. Can you eliminate the idea of clutter? Can you eliminate, here you go, can you eliminate mixed messages? Can you eliminate wishy-washy thinking? So what can you eliminate from your life that will make a difference? And certainly that will make a difference in terms of you being able to stay true to your word. What triggers do you need to eliminate? What things in your life cause you to fall backwards or to step backwards? They're the things we need to really pay attention to and say, yep, I think I'm ready to let go of that, to eliminate that. What can you eliminate from your diet that will make a difference? So what did you eliminate yesterday? My husband eliminated bread. And we ended up last night in an amazing restaurant in the theater district. We went to see Sunset Boulevard yesterday evening. And he eliminated bread. And we went to this fabulous restaurant, Italian restaurant. And they came by with this unbelievable bread. And he was like, nope, nope. And we were with friends. And I said, we're doing BODS right now. And apparently he chose bread. And then the dessert menu came, and I'm looking at it, and I was like, "Ooh, they're all good, but I eliminated dairy today, so I have to take everything out that was dairy, which was great because everything left I wasn't interested in, so I did not have a dessert. No one had a dessert. Everybody followed suit. So, what can you eliminate from your diet that will make a difference? Today, I'm going to tell you to do something else as we get to the end. Okay? And what can you say no to that will make a difference? And it could be big. It could be something really big. I need to say no to this job. I need to say no to this relationship. I need to say no to this project. I need to say no to this individual. It could be something big, Or it could just be something I need to say no to, what do I want to say? Fear, doubt, worry, insecurity. There's one. I need to say no to insecurity. It's funny. Went to see Sunset Boulevard last night, and I was in the line for the men's room, and the women's room line was right next to me. And I heard this girl say, she must be so comfortable with herself to let all of those close-ups shoot all over the stage. The camera got in like right to her face, the woman playing Norma Desmond, right on her face, and then they blew it up all over the theater. And, I mean, literally, you could count the pores on her nose. And I love that she said that. That girl in the line for the ladies' room, when she said she must be so comfortable, so secure with who she is. Maybe that's one of the things we have to say no to, insecurity, that we look great exactly the way we look. And I love some of your blogs that literally talk about that. So, what can you say no to that will make a difference? That will actually make a difference in your life. I remember when I was a Catholic and we had uh, during the Holy Week, not Holy Week, during Lent, we had to give up something, and most of us were figuring out what could I give up that won't matter. Like I could give up pretzels because I don't like pretzels. I could give up, Sunday church. You can't give that up, not as a Catholic. So, but what can you give up that will make a difference, that matters to you? Okay. And then I asked you to see how hard it was or easy it was for you to say no to things, and for you to actually, you know what? The real thing is, how easy or how hard is it for you to do what's best for you, to do what's healthy for you, to do what supports you, what brings you happiness, joy, success. How easy and how hard is it for you to do the right thing? And when I say do the right thing, I don't mean that there's right and wrong. Do the right thing for you. How easy is that? And how hard is that? For me, it's pretty easy to do the right thing. But then sometimes it's hard to do the right thing because the wrong thing seems like it's going to be a lot of fun somehow. And we got to get past those detours. That's something I'd like to give up. Detours. I'd like to say no to detours. I'd like a direct route to my success, to my happiness, to my joy, right? So, words, I will someday, maybe, sort of, yeah, but I don't know. This always those are words. All of those words. That's not your word. Those are the words. So, how powerful are your words? The actual ones with letters. When you say, I will, someday, maybe, there is a five-letter word that can be a real lot of problem. Maybe this will happen. You know what happens when you say maybe? Yeah, we've already had a day like this, haven't we? It's good to bring it back up. Sort of, yeah, but. How many yeah buts? How many of you have yeah buts out there that are still hanging out? And I don't know. Do you know, there was a time when I was first a minister and I was teaching mental muscle, and one of my first ones, and I asked people to look for words that they always say, their catchphrases. And one of mine was saying, I don't know before I gave you my answer. That's what you want, isn't it? You want someone to answer your question by saying, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. It's this. It's like, well, which is it? Is it the I don't know? Or is it this? Is it this? Is it what you're telling me? So these words are really important, right? How powerful are your words? The actual ones with letters. So where do words come from? The words you use, where do they come from? Well, our held beliefs, right? Your words, the words you use, are indicative of the beliefs you hold. So the words you use come from the beliefs that you have held on to, the core beliefs, the beliefs that you cherish somehow. Some of them you don't even know you have, and you're using words to fulfill those beliefs. So it's important to listen to the words you use. I catch people all the time when they degrade themselves, or they're saying something about themselves that's limiting, to just check it and go, you just said this, right? It's like, yeah, but that's not what I mean. But you use those words. So if you use those words, and I know you thought it was a joke to call yourself fat, I know you thought it was a joke to say you're a lazy slob, whatever words you use, um, but you use those words. So the question is, why are you using those words? Back it up to the belief, right? So what makes a word powerful? Well, the amount of belief inherent in the word. It's funny, watching Sunset Boulevard last night, I really had a sense of, you know, that this character, Norma Desmond, really lived in a fog. She lived in a dream world because she could not accept reality. So she made up a lot of words based on the belief that she was too old. And it was funny at the end of the musical, at the end of the play, they say, Joe says to her, the problem is you're 40 and you want to be 20. And I thought, isn't that funny? This was a 40-year-old actress who was washed up because she was 40. And that kind of race consciousness can certainly permeate a lot of us. I mean, I'm 70. Am I washed up? No way am I washed up. I look great. And so do you, those of you that are whatever age you are. So, what makes a word powerful? What makes the words that other people use powerful to you? That's important. And that's the amount of belief you have, not the belief in the words they're using, but in the way you're hearing them. Something to think about as we move through this program. Are the words that you're hearing about you affecting you? Do you buy them? Do you believe them? Do they match? Do they line up with something that you believe in yourself? All of these are great questions. So, what about mindless verbiage? Well, frankly, there's no such thing. Mindless verbiage, we think we're just like, oh no, I just said that. I didn't mean that. Why did you say it? Why did it come out? How did it come out? Is there anything as mindless verbiage? Well, here's the thing. There perhaps is mindless verbiage where you just shoot off your mouth and you just say things, but there's a reason you're saying them. And if you back it up, you'll find out why. So I want you to pay attention today to mindless verbiage. When you think you're not saying anything, you're kind of just rambling. Find out what you're really saying, right? What words do you use to describe your body and other physical attributes? What words do you use? I told you for years the word skinny always bothered me. And even recently someone came to the service in Palm Springs and they said, "Wow, you look like you've lost weight." And there was a momentary moment where I was like, and then I was like, wait a minute, no, I haven't lost weight. I know I haven't lost weight. And I'm working out. I look good. And I got it. I said, you know what? My hair is really long. When my hair is long, my face looks thin. People think I lost weight. But no, I haven't. I can assure you I'm in great health. So what words do you use to describe your body? I don't use skinny anymore. I don't use any word that triggers me in that way. I use healthy. What words do I describe my body? Buff, muscular, healthy. Uh, what other words do I use to describe my mother? Sexy. But what words do you use? What words come out of your mouth that perhaps you think just slipped out of there? It doesn't mean anything. But if you look at it, you go, why did I say that? Why do I say that about my body? I have a thing about my singing voice because ever since I had throat cancer, I had to relearn a whole way of singing. So there are times when singing is difficult for me. And I hear myself talking to myself about my voice. And then I think, you know what? I sing great. I'm 70 years old. I sing great. And I had throat cancer. So get off it. Be really excited about how good, as I crack all over that last sentence, how really great I have the ability I have to sing and harmonize. So, what words do you use to describe your body or other physical attributes? So today, I want you to mind your mind and be in charge of your words. Now, I don't want to make you tongue-tied. I don't want to make you all walk around like, I don't know what to say now because I want to really be careful what I'm saying. That's not it. Be conscious. Be conscious and actually hear when words just come out, when mindless verbiage comes out of your mouth. But pay attention to it and ask yourself, what's that about? The more you can clean up your mind and become purposeful in the way you see yourself, the way you speak about yourself, the way you relate to yourself, the easier it's going to be for you to get the work done that you want to get done and the results showing up. So today, mind your mind. Be in charge of your words. As Stephen Sondheim said, careful the things you say. Children will listen. Children will listen. You will listen. Your mind will listen. Don't ever pretend that what you're saying doesn't affect you in some way, or what other people are saying doesn't affect you in some way. Be conscious of it. If you're willing to be conscious of it, then you're going to be able to change it, whatever it is you need to change. So today, it's time for us to not only use our words, but to use the right words. Did you get that? It's not only important for us to use our words and to mind our words, but to use the right words. What are the right words? The words that support you, the words that say yes or no when it's necessary. So today, your directive is to mind your mind. Really pay attention to what's coming out of your mouth. Really pay attention to the words you use. Continue paying attention to the word, your word. That is the overriding arc of who you are, what you are, and why you're doing what you're doing. But now pay attention to the words. Pay attention to the words that lead you back to the beliefs. Okay? It's going to be a fun day. You might get a little tongue-tied, but it's going to be a fun day and a very valuable day. So here's the health tip. Today, what can you add to your diet to make a difference? And then do it. So what can you add to your diet to make a difference? I have to give this some thought because I'm out of town. It's not like I'm not going to make excuses. There are grocery stores everywhere. I can find what I need to find to add to my diet. So, what are you going to add to your diet? What are you going to add to your verbal diet too? I just made that up. Okay, everybody, that is our BODS for today. I am so grateful to have you all here, to be a part of the work that we're all doing, and to be mindful of our minds. So take a deep breath. Mindful of my words, careful the things I say, because I will listen. What I know is that each and every one of you is powerful, focused, clear, and that each one of you knows exactly who you are. You are the very breadth and depth of this infinite quantum field of pure creative energy. You have the capacity to be, to do, to have, to create, to experience whatever you choose, whatever you decide. Pay attention today. Find out if there's anything in there that needs adjusting. Use the words that support you and watch what happens. Have a great day, everyone. Namaste.